My name is Jake Lang. I'm the owner and the operator of the I'm the owner and the operator of Gasworks in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It has been open for 3.5 years. I started the Gasworks because I have been booking shows in Albuquerque for about 10 years now, and there was a summer where I had a bunch of stuff coming up and we didn't have any venues. The house that I booked shows at had shut down, and the other venues in town were all closing or like were too expensive or just like would have been weird. And so I, at the time, was working at a roofing place where I kind of had a lot of downtime to spend on the computer, and I had always thought about like opening a warehouse. Yeah, this seems sick, but like I was 21 and I had no idea what to do. And so one day I was just bored and I decided to like look at warehouses on Craigslist, and the first one I found was actually this building right here. And so I looked at it, I was like, man, this would be perfect. And I called my best friend, and I was like, yo, like, do you think I should open a venue? And he was like, yeah, dude, of course. Like, but I mean, like, there's no real thought process going into like, dude, high five, this is gonna be awesome. Because like, everything and anything could go wrong and has gone wrong here. But anyways, I called the dude and I was like, hey, I want to come check out this building. When can I do it? And he's like, let's go now. So I left for my lunch break and came and looked at the building, and it was perfect. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. And so I actually posted on Facebook, I was like, hey, would anybody want to make donations for me to open this new venue? And then within like 2 days I had like a $1,500 raised or something, and I was like, okay, I guess Albuquerque wants a spot and I'm gonna be the one to do it. And so I signed the lease, and it was actually for the building at the end down here, which is much smaller. And then the next day they called me after I signed the lease, and they're like, hey, somebody actually wants to buy that building. Can we stick you in a bigger spot for the same price for a little bit? And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So then they took me into the new building, which is where we have been for the last 3.5 years, and it was like literally the best spot ever. And so it went from like having nowhere to go to like all of a sudden I have this place that's all my own, and signed the lease for that spot, and then that night had a show and haven't looked back since. I mean, to me, it means the world, because I've been going to shows for 15 years or whatever now, and I've seen places come and go, and just to have a place where, like, I mean, I'm here every night, and it's a different group of kids every single night, and no matter what, it's like I'm hanging out with my friends, even if it's like the indie kids or the metal kids or like the Christian poetry kids or the rap kids. Like, I'm hanging out with people that I like to be around. And so it's cool to have a spot where kids can go play, and you can play your first show and you can suck, but you had a great time. Or you can go see your favorite band play in the smallest room that you'll ever see a band play. Like having Anthony Green from Circus Survive do a free show here and 375 people show up. Like, we've tried to make it like a place where you're gonna see and do stuff that you never thought was possible, and you're there with your friends, and it's not some fancy venue where you feel like a rock star. You're in a shit room and you're learning how to unclog the toilet because I'm not there, or you're learning how to run sound because I'm not there, or like someone didn't show up to open the door so you've got to wait a little bit. You know, we're building character here.
I'm gonna play some songs for you.
Gasworks has to close because the building was sold. So it was nothing, which again, right across the street from the fire department, no permits, cops showed up a couple times, people did get hurt. So the fact that we're closing because unfortunately there's a new building owner is definitely not the worst thing. Like, we didn't go to jail, we didn't get in trouble, you know, it could have been worse. So it ended on good terms, I feel.
But second show, thank you guys for coming out. I'm glad you guys all wore black to the Gasworks funeral. This is the greatest honor ever. Thank you so much for having us. And we're going to play a bunch of songs. And I can't wait to mosh later on. This is going to be dope.
Man, there's like there's so many things that we did that I never thought would happen here. Like, cause I mean, we're right across the street from the fire department and we're underground. So I was like, we're gonna close immediately, but it'll be fun. So the fact that we stayed open for 3.5 years is like unbelievable to me on its own. But and then we've had like bands like Title Fight play here, or The Story So Far, watching them go from the garage to the big room now playing Sunshine Theater, or like, we did a movie night here not that long ago, and I was like, yeah, we'll set up some chairs, maybe some people will come. And I think like 50 people showed up. And it's just like seeing what we could do with like kind of minimal effort, just becoming something so big was awesome. And like, it's gotten to the point now that it's closing where there's people that I've seen their faces, or I've been around them a couple times, and they're like, this place was everything to me. Like, thank you for doing it. And they're not bummed, like everyone's bummed that it's closing, but it's not. It's more of like this was awesome, thank you so much. And that's, to me, is like unbelievable that I was able to like help out or make a place for so many people. know there's other people that want to open similar spots, and I'm all aboard helping them, but for the time being, like, I'm on the road like 8 months a year, so it's hard for me to like commit to doing something like this where it needs full attention, especially at the beginning. So for the time being, I'll still do shows other places. Like I work at Launchpad now, and I'll do some more like warehouse or house shows or whatever, but right now I'm not gonna open another venue.
So is it right for me